I'm not doing that again. Remember, somebody stole my idea. Oh.
That's such an American.
All Americans just want to sue, man.
No.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island Season 10, episode 43 or something like that. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. All right, this review is going to be just a little bit different because I don't really have the time to edit like I typically do, but in about 48 hours, we'll be back to normal. Okay? You literally don't have to tiptoe.
Oh wait, where'd you get a video of our food? Sorry.
Video of your food?
At the restaurant.
Girl. Okay, so you see why I won't have time to edit properly. All right, so I'm just gonna talk about what's happening and then add clips where I can, but just know it'll be minimalistic, all right? So we have Scott, who is feeling like Abby is moving faster than what he's comfortable with. And honestly, I feel like that could be true, considering how Abby just moves in the villa. She's very like gung-ho for somebody, and the same way that Mitch was gung-ho for Molly in the beginning, they have that same attribute 1000%. But I'm looking at Scott and I'm like, the way that you were with Catherine was a lot more affectionate and a lot more doting. Not that he was doing anything super crazy, because that's where the questions of whether or not he was truly into her came from, but he was doing a lot more when it comes to reassurance for Catherine than he is now for Abby. And I'm just looking at Abby like, sweetie, you being a clown on the talent show was absolutely perfect because you look like a clown. You look dumb. What are you doing? You know this man don't like you. So what are we fighting for here? What are we fighting for? And Scott, I need you to stop tiptoeing like my friend and be for real. And be for real with this girl. Then we have Ella, who's over the moon. Ella's over the moon that Ty's mom is all in for the relationship. And somebody in the comments said, I'm like, what is it, manifesting their downfall or something like that. I couldn't give two craps what these people do after the damn show, okay? I promise you. I wish everybody well like I do with every other show. But all I'm saying is, in order to beat the game player allegations, Ty is going to have to maintain this relationship for a minimum of 365 days. To me, that doesn't feel like I'm wishing for their downfall. If anything, I'm wishing for their what's the opposite of downfall?
Upclimb?
Upclimb?
Huh?
What's the opposite of downfall?
Soar. You want to see them soar. Soar high in the
Success? I'm rooting for their success.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? No, right?
Yeah, success, yeah.
Listen, nobody knows, but it's the opposite of downfall. What do we have next here? Abby and Mitch talk about the same convo that we've heard 50,000 times. I don't understand why they keep getting drawn to each other just to argue, and this is why I keep saying, if anything, these two would make a better couple because they actually want to be around each other. I know that Mitch is really into Ella B. Honestly, I do not blame him. She's a beautiful girl, and she does that whole airy, fairy voice that men tend to like, so it doesn't surprise me at all. But we know that man wants Abby. And if Abby was to say okay, I think he would give it a try. I also think the vice versa is true. If Mitch was to say okay, I think Abby would give it a try. I highly doubt this whole, I don't want to be with a man that disrespects me. It disrespect you how, girl? Y'all did the same thing, same. I'm looking at y'all, same. So please, and we need to talk about why Ella B was walking over to them like the Terminator. Why did she look like that? Why did she look like that? I know there was a scene on the Unseen Bits that was making fun of Mitch's walk. Ella's is absolutely worse. It might be the heels, so let me give her some grace. Winnie and Ella are glad that they have rekindled their relationship. Like I said, I don't like the fact that production was even putting them against each other to begin with. I don't think that them leaving the villa was necessary at all because they've never done that. But, oh frick. My mic ain't been recording this whole time. That's crazy. Well, it should be recorded now. All right. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't like that production pit them against each other, but it is what it is. We move on. Okay. Next morning, the villa is grilling Scott on his stance with Abby, and Abby decides to cool things off a little bit. like I said before, it's one thing for the villa to think, are you really into this person? But for the person in the relationship to think, is this person actually into me? To me, that's the greater issue. And Abby needs to pick herself up, look herself in the mirror without the clown makeup, even though the clown makeup is very fitting this time around, and just realize he not that into you, babe. He's not that into you, and we don't have to stick it out on the show for the sake of being on the show. Take Liberty, for example. Liberty was head over heels for Jake, and they actually had a stronger connection than Scott and Abby do, but for the betterment of herself, for her own mental health, and for the fact that this relationship was a farce, she decided to remove herself from the process. Like, that's okay to do. Are they keeping them by force? Like, I don't understand. I know a lot of people love Scott, but we don't love him that much. They could go home. All right. Let's talk about the talent show. Molly is first, and she does a hula hoop show. I will say the splits eat. They eat. I cannot lie. Larkin used to play frisbee for Great Britain, and he was like aiming the frisbees at targets, knocking them down. It was pretty good. Ty and Whitney had a joint act where they were a rap duo, and I can't lie, I actually liked Ty's verse.
Hey. Bad bitch, bad bitch, bad bitch, give it bad bitch, bad bitch, bad bitch. Can't lie, I love me a baddie. Yeah. Talking about take me out like Paddy. I'm in love with the way that I'm living. Out here with my G's just chilling. Bad bitch, bad bitch, bad bitch, give it bad bitch, bad bitch, bad bitch, give it bad bitch.
Sammy's talent is best described as a kiddie Cirque du Soleil because, I mean, you see it. All right. Zach played basketball and he handled his balls quite well. Ella B absolutely smashed it. I honestly think she was the best act. Like, she killed it. She did so good. Abby was a clown. Yeah, that's a consistent thing with her. Ella and Jess were a joint act as well, and they did very well. Mitch did a roast, which was absolute trash. However, I will give him the ones about Sammy and Scott. Those were actually kind of good.
You had to go through 10 different bombshells to find out Jess was the one. And we still had to ask her to be your girlfriend. Bottled it with Catherine, fumbled it with Gabby. No one's got a clue what's happening between you and Abby.
Oh, it rhymes.
Last was Scott, and he can hold a note, but like the notes were weak, but he's holding them still.
Come on, come on. I wanna sing. Woo! I wanna shout. I wanna speak till the words dry out. Put it in all of the papers.
That was talent show. Like I said, my favorite was Ella B. The worst was Mitch. And I guess maybe they can just come to an average and make some kind of talent work between the two of them. But yeah, you know, we're winding down. There's supposed to be a Grafties thing for the next episode. I wonder how the Islanders are going to take that because I want to know what the questions are. I missed the questions. I hope that they're messy. I hope that they show us a good amount of them. And I hope that we get a little bit of drama. Yeah. As always, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.